If you look in the mirror every morning and your brain immediately starts pointing out your flaws, it's not laziness. It's an old filter in your brain that's been running on the same default setting for years. And there is actually a very simple way to reverse that filter in just 30 seconds. Today, we're going to talk about why that filter always highlights the negative, how seemingly bad emotions like jealousy can actually become your compass, and the self-preservation reflex hiding right behind your procrastination. Stick around until the end, because I'm going to give you 3 practical takeaways you can use right away tomorrow morning. We all basically live the exact same scene. You wake up, walk into the bathroom, look in the mirror, and your brain instantly starts criticizing you. You look exhausted. You need to do this. You forgot to handle that. Before you've even had your first sip of coffee, it feels like the day is already over. Sounds pretty familiar, right? In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why that voice kicks in on autopilot, and instead of just trying to silence it, how you can actually redirect it. Because this isn't about motivation. It's entirely about the mechanics of how your brain works. Why those first 5 seconds in the mirror determine everything. That first moment in the mirror sets the tone for your whole day. If the criticism starts rolling in within the first 5 seconds, your brain keeps those same negative glasses on all day long. Studies have shown that your morning mood predicts your performance for the rest of the day. How you treat yourself in the morning bleeds into everything else. Here's the weird part. Most of us are amazing at hyping other people up, but we do the exact opposite to ourselves. We'll high-five a friend for a promotion, drop 100 likes on someone's post, but we can't give the person in the mirror a single kind word. Over time, that imbalance quietly kills your confidence. And there's the physical touch piece. Simple physical contact, like a hug or a high five, literally calms your nervous system. A small, celebratory gesture toward yourself in the mirror taps right into that exact same system. Your body reads it as a signal of support, not a threat. Your shoulders drop a little, your breathing opens up. It's small, but the impact is massive. But why does this signal of support fade so quickly, only to be replaced by criticism? How your brain's outdated filter works. Your brain has a filter called the Reticular Activating System. In the simplest terms, you can think of it like the strainer in your kitchen sink. Every single day, your brain processes over 30 gigabytes of data, and this strainer decides what gets through. The problem is, if that strainer is clogged with old gunk, it only lets the same stuff through. Childhood criticisms, rejections, disappointments, guilt, it all clumps together in there. If your filter is clogged, of course it's easy to find flaws when you look in the mirror, because your brain spotlights whatever it thinks is important to you. It's like when someone says your name across a noisy room and your head snaps around, or when your brain goes on high alert at the first sign of danger. Whatever your filter focuses on, it multiplies. If you're constantly thinking, "I always mess things up," your brain will start hunting for proof. That's why when you're scrolling, all you see are other people's perfect moments. If your filter is dirty, it doesn't matter what's happening out there. The same old story is playing in here. That's the biggest barrier. Affirmations don't really stick if you don't clean the filter first. You have to clear the clump out. A little cleaning every day, just like you rinse that strainer after you do the dishes. So why does this filter get so obsessed with those shiny, perfect lives you see on social media? Jealousy isn't a flaw. It's a secret compass. Jealousy is usually sold to us as a bad character trait, but it's actually a super clear signal. That sting you feel when you see something in someone else. It's telling you what you actually want. Say you see someone working remotely from the beach and it bugs you. That doesn't mean you resent their life. It points to a desire you've been pushing down. Your brain is saying, "Hey, this might matter to you." The mistake most people make is, the moment that feeling shows up, they start beating themselves up. They have it, I don't. I can't do it. It's too late for me. But you can flip it. You can look at someone else's success as hard proof that it's possible for you too. Because when the brain sees evidence of what's possible, it moves into action much faster. Practically, this means instead of looking at the person you envy like an enemy, you approach them with curiosity. Ask yourself, what did they do? How did they take that first step? Or intentionally curate your feed to show more examples of the direction you actually want to go. Slowly but surely, the filter recalibrates. Suddenly, jealousy transforms into inspiration. And when that shift happens, that heavy feeling of guilt fades away. Because you're no longer comparing yourself, you're finding your direction. But even when you figure out the jealousy part, why do you still not take action? Procrastination isn't laziness. It's self-protection. Most people think procrastination is a character flaw. According to the research, that's completely wrong. Your brain perceives anything ambiguous, challenging, or outside your comfort zone as a potential threat. So before you take a step, it wants to feel safe. Procrastinating is actually your brain's way of protecting you. It feels bad, so you procrastinate more. You procrastinate more, so it feels worse. And the loop closes. Beating yourself up here just clogs the filter even more. To break the loop, you don't need more blame. You need forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for what you did to survive creates space to move forward. There's a belief many of us pick up in childhood. If I make a mistake, I won't be loved. In adulthood, that belief morphs into, I ruin everything. But the truth is, nobody is perfect. Making a mistake doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you're in the learning phase. Simply recognizing that distinction lifts a massive weight off your shoulders. Plus, once you realize your brain is just trying to stop you out of fear, it becomes much easier to negotiate with it instead of fighting it. It's like saying, okay, I know I'm scared, but I'm going to take one tiny step anyway. But what if you forgive yourself, and that inner voice still won't shut up? What do you do then? How a tiny celebration calms your nervous system. The human nervous system physically relaxes when it receives celebration and support. It's a well-known fact that even a high five from a total stranger during a long marathon can give a runner the strength to keep going. A simple, celebratory gesture directed at yourself in the mirror creates a very similar effect. Your brain reads it as, I'm with you. You can keep going. It's not about the gesture itself. It's about the intention behind it. The intention to be on your own team. Doing this every single morning while brushing your teeth at the exact same time teaches your brain a brand new pattern. At first, it's going to feel a little weird, maybe even ridiculous. But as you repeat it, your brain starts accepting it as the new normal. Because habits take root through repetition. Not by doing it for 2 days and quitting, but by doing a little bit every single day. After a while, your body will automatically start smiling the second it sees the mirror. It's not forced. It becomes an automatic support reflex. And that reflex kicks in later when a tough email lands or a difficult conversation comes up. It's like how athletes hype themselves up before a game. Your brain loves celebration because celebration means progress. And progress equals safety. So, once you have this support reflex dialed in, why do your big dreams still feel so far away? How setting a deadline pulls a dream into reality. As long as dreams remain abstract, your brain will keep putting them off. Give them a date, and everything changes. For your brain, a deadline pulls a dream out of your head and drops it into the real world. For example, the dream of moving to a new city can easily stay as a someday for years. But the second a specific day is circled on the calendar, the brain instantly starts planning. What do I need? What's step 1? Who should I talk to? This is incredibly human. None of us really like uncertainty. Setting a close deadline, like 3 weeks out, forces the brain to accelerate. Doing one small piece of preparation every day leading up to that date builds the runway for your massive leap. An airplane doesn't just instantly shoot into the sky. It has to build up speed on the runway first. It's the exact same logic. Giving yourself a date doesn't mean you're saying, I'm 100% ready right now. It means you're saying, I'm starting to get ready. And that breaks the procrastination loop. Because your brain shifts out of, am I going to do this? Mode, and straight into, how am I going to do this? Mode. A near-term deadline also gives you a sense of control. When you feel in control, anxiety drops. When anxiety drops, taking action gets easier. That is exactly how big dreams become reality. One small runway at a time. These might seem like small things, but as you repeat them every day, your brain learns a totally new pattern. And after a while, that pattern becomes completely automatic. Once you change those first 5 seconds in the mirror, the rest of your day will slowly start to change with it.